You keep going back and forth, thinking about what to do, what to say, what choice to make. And from the outside, it looks like indecision. Like you just can't make up your mind. Like you're overthinking something that should be simple. But if you slow it down and really look at what's happening, you'll notice something else. It's not that you don't know what you want. It's that you know what your choice might cost. There's someone, let's call her Amara. She's sitting with her phone in her hand, reading the message again. It's simple. A request. A plan. Something she's expected to say yes to. And her first instinct is clear. She doesn't want to do it. Not because she's difficult. Not because she doesn't care. Not because the other person has done anything wrong. She just knows. She doesn't have the energy for it. Or the desire. Or the space. Or maybe it simply doesn't feel right. But almost immediately, another thought steps in. They'll be disappointed. It's not that big of a deal. I can just manage it. I don't want this to become awkward. So now, it's no longer a simple decision. It becomes a negotiation. Between what she actually wants and how she wants to be seen. Between her truth and the version of herself that feels easier for other people to receive. And this is where the conflict builds. Because one part of her knows. If she says yes, she's going to feel it later. The heaviness. The resentment. The quiet frustration of agreeing to something she didn't really want. And another part says, if she says no, she might lose something. A approval. Connection. Ease. The feeling of being liked. So she pauses. Types a reply. Deletes it. Types it again. Changes the wording. Softens it. Adds context no one even asked for. And now it feels like she's unsure. But she's not unsure. She's trying to choose a version of the truth that won't disappoint anyone. That is a very different problem. Because now you're not trying to decide what is right for you. You're trying to decide how much of yourself you can hide while still sounding honest. And over time, this becomes a pattern. Not just in messages, but in decisions, in conversations, in work, in relationships, in life direction. You start choosing what keeps things smooth instead of what feels true. You start choosing what preserves approval instead of what protects your peace. And slowly, you lose trust in your own voice. Because every time you override it, it gets quieter. Every time you abandon the clear answer to keep someone else comfortable, you teach yourself that your truth is negotiable. Until one day, you're sitting there, thinking, I don't even know what I want anymore. But the truth is, you do. You've just been trained to prioritize other people's reactions over your own clarity. And this is where things begin to change. You don't become decisive by forcing yourself to choose faster. You become decisive when you stop trying to manage how everyone else feels about your choice. Because the real cost is not disappointing others. It's slowly disconnecting from yourself. It's becoming so skilled at adjusting that your own truth starts to feel optional. And that creates a very specific kind of exhaustion. The exhaustion of always negotiating yourself. The exhaustion of knowing your answer, but not feeling free enough to say it. The exhaustion of appearing indecisive, when what you really are is conflicted between truth and approval. So the next time you feel indecisive, pause for a second. Not to overthink. Not to find the perfect wording. Not to rehearse a version that will upset no one. Just to ask yourself honestly, what do I actually want here? If no one else's reaction mattered. Not to act on it immediately. Not to force anything. Just to hear it. Because that voice is still there. It may be quieter now. It may feel harder to trust. But it is still there. And the more you listen to it, the clearer things become. Not because life becomes easier, but because you stop making every decision through the lens of who might be unhappy with you. You stop asking, how do I keep everyone comfortable? And start asking, what is actually true for me here? That is where decisiveness begins. Not in speed, in honesty. You're not indecisive. You've been trying to keep everyone comfortable at the cost of your own clarity. And the moment you stop doing that, even slightly, is the moment your decisions begin to feel like your own again. Stay here for a moment. Just breathing. Just noticing Nothing to prove. Nothing to soften. Nothing to reshape. So everyone else feels okay. Your clarity matters. And the more you stop negotiating it away, the more your life starts to sound like you again.